Hi everybody, and welcome back to another stock portfolio update. I've moved my camera around, as you can probably see, giving this one a go. I feel like you get a bit of a better angle of myself and the computer setup just so you can see what's going on. So from my last update, it's been pretty much all gains on all of my investments. I know the main one we focus on is the dividend reinvestment portfolio, and looking at that now, we're up 9.21%, which is good. Overall on the entire portfolio, we're up 9.65%. So again, making good gains across, all four of the pies now. As you can see, there's a new pie that's been added, and it is a renewable energy pie. I thought I'd just throw £100 into it just to see what I can do. There's no sort of ongoing auto invest feature set up on this. This is just if there's money in the account, I will put it in just to see how this will go, because I'm not sure what renewable energy is good at the moment. A lot of these are small companies that will either be bought out by bigger competitors or fail. So for now, it is just a hedge across a few of the smaller ones just to see how things go. We will have a quick look at that, but for the main focus of this, we will stick to the dividend reinvestment pie, as there are quite a lot of changes I'm making to it, and I've made some of them prior to starting this video, and I'll just execute it all whilst we're here just so you can see what I've done and I can go over why I've done it. Hi everyone, my name's Nick, welcome to my channel. Here we talk about all things investing and personal finance, so if that is something you are interested in, please don't forget to click that subscribe button and the notification bell just so you are notified every time I make an upload. And as I said, in today's video we will just cover over the portfolio quickly, and we'll go into a bit more detail on the dividend reinvestment pie, as I have made quite a few changes to it. So as a quick one, we'll just have a quick look at the US tech fund that I set up. We're running at 10.34% at the moment, which is good. Some of these holdings have changed. As you can see, there are 4 companies that don't have any money invested into them yet, as these have been added in, and I do need to rebalance this pie at some point, but I'm not going to be doing that today. So the new additions I've added in is HP. HP have had a great year so far this year. I know a lot of the working from home has benefited them. I was listening to an interview on Mad Money, and they seem to be doing really well, and it did seem like a company I wanted to invest in, so I've committed to that. Walt Disney has £10 invested into it, as I added that just before the auto invest at the end of last month, so it has had some investment into it. However, it's not up to where I was wanting it to be, so I'm still classing this as a zero investment company in comparison to sort of the values of the other holdings so far. And the last two are Cloudflare and Snowflake. Cloudflare is a cloud-based computing infrastructure company. Cloud computing has been a major thing this year, and it probably will be going forward. I think what's happened this year is all the technology that was in development or just starting to become more sort of widespread, I think this year has escalated that, and a lot of these processes have become sort of mainstream rather than something that's up and coming. So Cloudflare is definitely something that I believe in, and I think it will continue to grow going forward as well. Likewise, Snowflake again is another cloud-based computing company. Again, like I just said, the same reasons for Cloudflare. They are definitely going to be something for the future, and all the growth they've had so far, I think this will continue to go, and it's going to be something that's definitely worth keeping. And just over the last week with Snowflake, it has climbed 36.5%, which is fantastic gains. And if we look over the last month, it's gained 57-58%, which is great. So I can see this continuing on for the foreseeable future and into next year as well. So looking at the UK growth pie, this has been put on hold. I think there's a few issues with trading 212 in one of the companies within the pie has been bought out, and it has been for about a week, 2 weeks, and this has been a pending investment since then. I think the auto invest triggered, tried to invest in the company which had been bought. so it's kind of at a stalemate at the moment. But if we do have a quick look over the holdings, you'll be able to see which company it is that has been sold. If we look at Highland Gold Mining, that has been bought out, and at the moment it seems to have crashed my ability to be able to do anything. I would have to cancel the investment, and I'm not sure what to do, but we'll see. A very quick overview of the renewable energy pie. These are just a few companies that I've looked at that I think will benefit from the future going towards renewable energy. 50% of this pie is in iShares ETFs, which for now I think is probably the best way of doing it, as they're going to be the more forward-thinking way of investing in renewables at the moment. There are a few of the holdings in there that I've put in just to see how they go, but as I said before, some of these might fail, some of them might get bought out, so this pie is likely to change quite regularly over the coming months. So after all that, we get down to what you're actually here for, the dividend reinvestment pie. I have made some quite significant changes to that. If you look at the allocations on the pie, you can see quite a few of the holdings are overweight, even more of them are underweight. This is a rebalancing I'm about to do for the pie, just to get the average weighted return of the pie up, but currently it's generating a return of 3.93%, which to me isn't quite good enough, even though some of these dividend payers are quite secure and good dividend payers, and others aren't dividend payers. So as it stands, it's not the worst, but for what I'm doing now, it is essentially just rebalancing the portfolio, changing the weightings of some of the companies. So the higher yielding stocks are going to have a higher weighting, and the lower yielding stocks are going to have a lower weighting. And this is going to bring up the weighting of the portfolio up to 4.75%, which is a much better return. But my goal is to get this over 5%, as I think anything more than 5% is a good return for a portfolio. So if we have a quick look at what I have changed the weightings to, it's looking at generating on its own as annual return 10.45%. So if I add that onto the 4.75% dividend return I'm going to get, this is getting, or this will be, over 15% return portfolio, which I am quite happy about, and hopefully I can keep it like that. I didn't take note of what the annual return was prior to this rebalancing, but I know it was around about sort of 13%, so I've added more return to the portfolio in terms of a yield, but less return in terms of sort of historical growth in the market. So now I know as soon as I click this rebalance button, this is going to knock the sort of growth and return I've got from 9.3% that we're at now. That's going to come down to probably about 4%. It's going to take a proper hammering just because of the way I'm rebalancing. It's going to take a lot of the gains out, and it's going to essentially equate that as reinvested capital, even though it's not. So here we go, and let's see what it says. So previous to this, I know I had the US growth stocks that were in here, AMD, Square and Nvidia, and I am reducing those holdings all the way down to 1%, just so they are still in the portfolio, but they will be dropping out sort of probably the next rebalancing. There are maybe 1 or 2 more companies I'm going to add into this, so this portfolio is going to stay below 30 companies, which I think is a sensible amount, and it is still quite diversified with all those companies as well. So whilst this is rebalancing, you can see that that percentage gain is dropping down. It hasn't come down as low as I thought it would. I thought it would have dropped down to about 5%, but we are still running at 7%, 6.9%. Well, whilst it's taking its time, it is at 94% rebalance so far, and we're at 6.84%, so we are still in the gain, we are still in the green, which is great. And now the portfolio is more balanced, it's going to be generating a slightly better return than what it was before, which I am happy with. And there we have it. It's all fully rebalanced now, 6.77% now, so it is still in the green, it is still made a gain. You know, I was expecting that to come down a little lower than that, so I am still happy with the fact it has stayed above this as well. So, and just one last thing before I go, I just want to run through some of the dividends that will be getting paid throughout December. So there are a few companies that are paying dividends. The ones from the UK markets, I'll be looking at, there's DCC PLC paying out on the 9th of December. We've got Persimmon paying out on the 14th of December, and Royal Dutch Shell paying out on the 16th. That's from the UK market, but also from my UK growth pie, I've got 3 companies paying dividends as well. Softcat paying out on the 11th of December, YouGov paying out on the 14th of December, and Tristel paying out on the 18th of December. Looking at the UK side of my dividend pie, I've got 3M paying out on the 12th of December, Realty Income paying out on the 15th of December, PEMBINAY Pipeline paying out on the 15th of December as well, Medtronic paying out on the 18th of December, and Raytheon Technologies paying out on the 17th of December. So all in all, that's 11 dividends that I should be getting paid throughout December, which is good. It looks like it's going to be a similar amount for January, but I will do a dividend recap towards the end of December just to let you know what's going to be getting paid in January. So one last thing to say is, if you have enjoyed this video, please click that like button. It really does help out the channel. It helps to spread this around other people who may want to see this, and like I say, it lets me know that you've enjoyed what you've seen. If there are any companies that you think I should be looking at, please pop it in the comments below. I always like to see new companies that people are investing in as well, just to see if there's anything that I could be investing in, or whether there's something I could be doing differently than what you are. And if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell just so you are notified every time I make a new upload. I do tend to make these dividend payments every month, and I try to get a mid-month update on the portfolio out as well, so it's usually about 2 a month, along with the other videos that I release. So once again, I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and until next time, learn, invest, success.